Hello, my dear students and friends. You are welcomed here to my channel. And having been asked many times by my students to let them know a tip for them to improve speaking English. So definitely I'm going to tell you a very important and one of the most important, I should say, a tip. And if you follow that honestly, you are going to be fluent and confident speaker. So what it is, let me tell you. First of all, as the title says, a very practical tip to practice speaking, and I must add here English. So before I tell you how you should improve or how you should practice speaking English, let me tell you some of the basic examples which you might have experienced in your childhood or sometime or other in your life. First of all, let's take an example. Definitely you know how to ride a bicycle. Of course, you know how to ride a bicycle and you are an expert in riding bicycle. But just go into the past and try to recollect the process you learned riding. Can you recollect that how you went through the process of learning riding a bicycle? In the beginning, the very first time when you started riding, of course, you sat down on the bicycle and somebody, might be your father, your friend, your elder brother, they might have helped you to learn riding. The very first time you were afraid of riding bicycle, and the very first time when you tried to hit that pedal to take your bicycle forward, I think it was very difficult or it was very bitter experience for you, because the very first time, the very first day, I think you might have fallen down and you might have hurt yourself while learning riding bicycle. But you didn't lose your heart. The very first day you had little bit confidence, and the very second day you had less fear. You were not that much afraid as you were the previous day or the very first day. And gradually, within 10 days or 5 days or 15 days, you were able to ride that bicycle in the ground yourself. And after practicing it again and again, you were able to ride that bicycle on the road. And then you learn the traffic rules, how you have to ride that bicycle on the road. It means if you want to be an expert in anything, you have to practice it again and again until you are an expert. Similarly, when you want to learn swimming, you have to jump into the water. Without going into the water, no one can learn swimming by reading books only. You cannot learn driving a car by reading books only. You have to practice it practically. Similarly, if you want to be fluent in English, if you really want to be an expert in speaking, you have to speak it. By learning only grammar and the phrases, and they are inside you, you have learned a lot of vocabulary, phrases, sentences, but if you are not using them, you cannot learn, you cannot practice, you cannot speak. It means practice it as much as you can. It's a very simple tip. If you want to speak good English, you have to speak it a lot. If you want to be good at writing, you have to write it a lot. If you want to improve listening, it means you have to listen to it a lot. It means the tip is very, very clear. First thing is that you have to speak English a lot. You know, lot of people, they use abusive words in their mother tongue. How they are using, why they are using, because that is, these words are there on their tongue. They don't recollect that time to speak, that I'm going to speak that abusive word this time. No, it is there on their tongue, so it comes out immediately. So it means if you speak English, it is on your tongue, and when you need to speak, it comes out. Why you speak Hindi or your mother tongue immediately without thinking? Because it is on your tongue. So I mean to say, speak a lot. And how you can speak a lot? Instead of speaking any sentence in Hindi, try to speak it in English. Like if you ask your mother to make a cup of tea for you, तो आप अपनी माँ से बोलते हो, मम्मी एक कप चाय बनाना, मेरे लिए एक कप चाय बना दो. So instead of speaking that sentence in Hindi, you should speak, Mom, please make a cup of tea for me. Use it again and again, again and again. It would be on your tongue. And whenever you need to speak, you will speak English, not Hindi. Similarly, if you are talking to someone, your friend, try to speak it in English. Make a group of your friends and decide that you will talk to each other in English only. Simple, like, where are you going? Hello, Mr. X, or whatever the name is. Where are you going? Answer it. I'm going nowhere. I have not decided where to go. I'm free. I want to practice English. Can you be my partner to speak English with me? Oh yes, of course, I can be your partner. I want to improve my English too. Okay, so come on, let's move to my room or house. Sure. How can we reach, or how can we get to your house? I have got my bike. I have got my bike. Come on. But I am hungry. I want to eat something before we leave to your house. So like that, you can practice it as much as you can. In the beginning, you are going to commit mistake, but don't be afraid of committing mistakes. If you think you are unable to make it, don't worry, make it wrong. But you should have someone with you who can point you out of your mistakes. But don't be afraid of committing mistakes. This is your stage. You will commit, but later, after some time or gradually, you will be speaking very good English. So make a group of your friends, watch movies, watch debates on television, engage a teacher like me with you who can help you to improve your English. So that's all for that video. If you think it's a good video for you, please share it and like it. And subscribe to my channel to watch my new videos. I have already given my email ID and Skype ID here in that video and below that video. And you may contact me to have one-to-one lesson with me through Skype. So thanks for watching that video. Keep learning, keep enjoying learning English. Thanks for watching. Thank you.